Hey there everyone! Today I am here with a card using some of the Ken Oliver color bursts. I had made a card yesterday for a blog post today and decided to make another one and film it this time. So the card there to the right is the one I'm actually going to be making today in the video. Now this is the card that I made yesterday. I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out. I used 4 colors that I had never used together, and I was trying this dripping technique sort of thing. So I wasn't sure how it was going to turn out, but I ended up liking it, so I thought I would film it for you today. So I'm going to go ahead and show you the 4 colors that I'm going to be using for this card today. I've got, let's see, Merlot, Sepia, Yellow, and Burnt Orange. I've decided to not try to mispronounce the names of some of these color bursts. You guys are so helpful in telling me how they're pronounced, but I never get it right. So anyway, that is a piece of watercolored cardstock. It's actually sized to 5.5 by 4.25. I'm making a horizontal card today. So I'm just tapping on some of these colors just up at the top of the card. You can see I'm just tapping it out with the bottom of the bottle here, and some is coming out. You don't need a whole bunch. These are like powders with power. So I've got my color burst shoebox here. This is what I work with anytime I use the color bursts. Now normally to create the drip technique I would turn my card vertical, but I can't because all the powders will fall off. So instead you can see I'm kind of spraying at an angle from up at the top of the screen here. So I'm trying to create those drip looks here. Now as I was spraying and kind of looking, some of those colors they turn a little muddy because they're contrasting colors. Don't worry, anytime that happens, I've never used these 4 colors together before, so anytime that happens, I just take a paper towel and I just dab some of it away. Super easy. I've seen Ken, he uses a whole roll of paper towels. I think that's hilarious. He rolls it back and forth. So I decided it was a little bit too brown, too sepia, so I'm going in and adding a little bit more Merlot. I love this color. Can't say it, but I love it. So I'm going to go in and again spray some more. I kind of slowed the video down a little bit so you can actually see these guys in action. They're really a lot of fun to play with. And if there's any colors you don't like, just wipe it away with a paper towel. Or if it's starting to puddle up and you don't like it, just wipe it away. I'm holding the card up and down and moving it around because I really wanted to get those drip marks. I think that's so cool. And there you go. I'm happy with it. Use any colors that you want. That will work, together. You never know until you try. And I'm going to go ahead and zap this with my heat tool here just to speed along the process real quick. You could also use your heat tool and move around the color. If you've got petals of color of any kind of watercolor on your card stock, just use your heat gun and kind of push it all around. It's a pretty cool way to go too. So I'm giving this one final zap. I'm going to grab a paper towel in case I wasn't a good zapper and just make sure I got all of my color burst up. And then I'm going to go ahead and time to add some stamps. Now I'm going to be using some stamps from Ken Oliver. He has a whole line of stamps if you want to check it out. I am using the Covered Bridges Set 1 stamp set from Ken Oliver. I like that little old car down there in the bottom of the stamp set. So I'm going to be using the Mini Misty, and while I've got it out, in case you guys aren't familiar with it, this is the Misty by My Sweet Petunia. She's got a regular sized one, and this is the Mini that's available for pre-order right now. They ship in February. I'm going to go ahead and place my stamp and my sentiment onto my card there where I want it to be. Then I'm going to press down on that hinged door there and pick it up. That acts as an acrylic block. I'm using Lamp Black Click It ink from Ken Oliver. I like this little it kind of pivots and you can click it open. It's pretty cool. Lamp Black. Now I want to show you, since I've got the Misty, I'll show you one way that it works. You can do a lot of stuff with the Misty, but I'm going to go ahead and press down. And I didn't do a good job pressing down where my sentiment is. You can see it's not there. Where's my sentiment? So since my card is still in its place and I haven't removed any of the stamps off the hinge lid there, I can press down again and then voila. So this is great for like generation stamping, things like that as well. And it's a good stamp positioner. So I've got my card all ready to go. So I'm going to put a bunch of adhesive on the back of this card because I warped it with the heat and the water. So I'm just really not being stingy with my adhesive here. You could also pop this up with some foam dimension if you wanted to. I am positioning it where a little bit of that base cardstock, that plum colored cardstock, is showing. I'll cut off any of the excess with my ginormous scissors. These scissors are huge. And that's it. That's the card. Oopsie, didn't do a good job cutting. So there's my card I made yesterday, and here's the card I made today for the video. Color bursts are just so much fun. They're so freeing. I encourage you to give them a try if you haven't already. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I will see you next time.